Oh, all right. What's going on, LBHT crew? Okay, what's going on, B? We got
Going
we
on, man?
we got Attitude Pop in here from the jump. Yo, what's going on, Attitude Pop? Attitude Pop said, "Yeah, I'm getting here early. I'm getting my comments in early. You are going to hear me today."
That's right. What's up, Deshaun?
Deshaun, what's going on? Yeah, we'll give everybody a second to get in the room. Oh, it's filling up quick, man. Y'all be excited for these Wednesday shows, man. I'm always surprised by people that show up on a Wednesday night show. It's in the middle of the week. People, work week, you're dragging. You're not really in the mood for nothing, but I'm glad that you guys enjoy these Wednesday night shows. It gives me energy for the week because sometimes these work weeks be long weeks, man. Yeah. So I look forward to these. Oh, man, Noah Driscoll is in the house. Noah Driscoll, what's going on? Yeah, we're going to talk about Sam Darnold. We're going to talk about Sam Darnold.
Talk about Sam, unfortunately.
We're going to talk some Lamar. We're going to talk some Deshaun Watson. You guys see the title. All right.
A lot of quarterbacks this week.
Yes. This is a quarterback-themed week. All right. But first, as always, we like to start our shows with a little Black History fact. And B has an excellent Black History fact that he's going to get into. Let's wait a second. Let's give a couple more minutes. Let people get in the room here. You guys like to come in. I love to give the Black History fact to you guys. Good way to start the show. Oh man, Coach Evans is in the house. Sip to Tally Films. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel, Sip to Tally Films. I'm sure most of you already subscribed. All right, he has a great analysis on players. Especially right now, man. I mean, he's covering a lot of these draft prospects, man. So
listen, go to Coach's Twitter account and hit the poll and vote Dion over Revis.
Yeah, thanks for coming through, Coach. We really appreciate it. All right, B. So we're gonna go ahead and hit him with the Black History fact, and then we're gonna start our show.
Okay. So this week it's more of a anti-Black History fact. We're going to be talking a lot about Deshaun Watson. And not only how kind of awful things look for Deshaun Watson, but also the reaction to Deshaun Watson. Like a lot of things in the NFL and just in this country in general, the reaction seems to be worse for the Black athletes than it does for white athletes. Yep. And so, just to kind of drive that point home again with the NFL. We've talked before about Fritz Pollard being the first Black head coach in the NFL. There were some other African-American players prior to Fritz Pollard coming along as well. But then in 1934, the NFL got together, all the owners decided to ban Black players for 12 years for no reason other than we hate Black people.
Yeah.
So it was a very slow reintegration process after that. It was a full 20 years before they hired their first Black official. About a little under 40 years before the next Black head coach. As we all know, that Ozzie was not the first Black GM, but it was another about 60 years before we got to Ozzie Newsome. So even though Black people were allowed in the league, the owners had a problem with it and they tried to shut it down, and it's been just a slow climb back ever since then. We're kind of seeing not exactly the same thing, obviously, but we're seeing a harsh judgment or a quick judgment on Deshaun Watson, where you haven't really seen that with a few other high profile players.
Right. So we're going to get into that real quick. Let's give a shout out to Click One. Click One, what's going on? Click One.
What's up, Click?
You started doing some videos, man. I saw one of them, but I didn't get a chance to subscribe. Do me a favor. Send us a message. Send us a DM and send a link to your YouTube, or drop it in the chat so people can subscribe. All right, because I know you put out some other videos. I want to check it out. Our man Garnett West, what's going on? What's going on? Click One said Lamar would have been kicked out of the league if he had 1/4 of the allegations that Deshaun has. Leagues never liked him ever since he chose to play QB instead of wide receiver. Okay, so let's talk about it. All right, we'll pull it up. That's going to be our first topic of the day. Okay, we're going to have a Deshaun Watson discussion.
Dave on in here.
Dave, oh man, Dave on, what's going on? What's going on? Hashtag LBHT crew. Yes, sir.
That's right.
Yes, sir. All right. So you guys by now already know what's going on with Deshaun Watson, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're up to 22 women alleging him of various different acts, right? From sexual assault to harassment, things of that nature. Doesn't look good for your boy, right? Doesn't look good, but I mean, keeping it real. Obviously, there's some skepticism there, right? Just because of the circumstance, we don't know a whole lot. Not a whole lot of information has come out. We've already kind of discussed that, the timing of it, the lawyer that's representing these women, things like that, and his ties to the team or the former team owner. So there's some things that kind of make you scratch your head a little bit. And like me and B said, like the haste to judgment for black quarterbacks has always been there, where it's not there for the white counterparts. And me and B discuss it all the time. I know some of you guys might get tired of us kind of discussing race issues on this channel, but that's the reality that we live in, man. And there are certain things that we want to point out to you that, try not to follow certain narratives. Kind of think outside the box, think for yourself, right? Yeah. Now, we're not saying judge this case. Look, everybody's going to have opinions one way or another. That's the thing. You're going to have opinions based off of what you know. Me and B aren't saying we think he did it or we don't think he did it. It's just too early in this situation to really judge it. So,
yeah, and the reason we're bringing up Deshaun at this point is actually a tweet from Sutton from Purple Rain podcast.
Purple Rain podcast. Shout out to them.
He was talking about kind of feeling like maybe we've seen Deshaun play his last down in the NFL. And, I responded to him just kind of disagreeing because, you have Ben Roethlisberger right there in the AFC North as well, who was accused of rape twice, who just got a short suspension and then came back. And, by and large, the media is like, yeah, it's all good. They don't ever want to talk about it. Right. And my point in bringing up Ben is that the NFL doesn't really care about violence against women. The NFL doesn't really care about off-field issues in general. It just cares about PR. So I think that Deshaun will likely get a longer suspension than Roethlisberger did, but ultimately he'll be back on the field because he's a superstar, and the NFL doesn't like getting rid of superstar quarterbacks.
Yeah, well, I mean, this isn't just an NFL thing. We discussed this as well. This is a society thing. Like our society we just don't really care about that, right? Like we protect people that we think are our heroes, right? Yeah. Look at the allegations with the former president, right? All kinds of allegations. You hear him admitting to some of that stuff on tape, and it's just like, I don't care. Going to vote for him. You know what I mean? You look at Conor McGregor, and he's going through a case right now. I think is it here or is it over in Ireland?
Ireland. It's
in Ireland, right? You don't really hear it being talked about. He's doing his fights and everything, and he still has his fans and all that. We just don't put enough focus on that in our society. But when it comes to black athletes, they are definitely treated harsher. This hyper focus on really anything a black athlete does, even if the money issue. We talked about that too, right? Like, why do we care so much about how much these guys make or how much they spend or when they go broke? What does that have to do with you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's just a thing that makes the audience feel a little bit better that they kind of felt like the athletes don't deserve the money they make to begin with, and now they blew it. Ha ha.
Yeah. Shout out to Ferris real quick. Another one page. Yeah, it's a disappointment. Yeah, it's disappointing. And look, we're saying all this. We're not trying to defend Deshaun Watson at all. In fact, like I said, it doesn't look good right now. It doesn't look good. We're just kind of watching it as it unfolds. So this isn't well, hey, what about this person? What about that person? Or he didn't do it. No, we're just kind of calling it like we see it. So
because that was really my thing with responding to Sutton. Like, if it's true, I will have no problem with him being out of the league, except for that they don't treat everyone that way. And Chad Wheeler is another example of that.
Right.
Granted, Deshaun Watson's a superstar quarterback. Chad Wheeler was a backup offensive lineman who didn't play very much, and nobody knows who he is. But you cover Deshaun Watson all the time. and you had to be pressured by social media to mention Chad Wheeler at all. And Chad Wheeler nearly beat his girlfriend to death.
Well, even before that, who was that kicker for the Giants? Ferris, you know, who was the kicker for the Giants who admitted to abusing his wife?
Kept a journal detailing the abuse. That
Yes.
was Josh Brown.
And he didn't get cut and he didn't get suspended.
No, he did get suspended. He got a 1-game suspension.
1-game suspension, yeah. King of Pugo, what's going on, man? Thank you for joining the live stream.
A 1-game suspension, mind you, after the league had instituted their domestic violence protocols, calling for 6-game suspensions in all cases.
Yes. How does that happen? How does that happen? All right. And you can say, well, he's just a kicker, but does it make what he did any less, right? Oh, it's a kicker, so you know, it's not that big of a deal. No, it's a huge deal. And yeah, and he admitted to it. He copped to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Okay, Ferris says the reason Sutton probably said that's because Deshaun is black and Ben is white. Well, no, I don't think. Well, I mean, I think Sutton is younger too, right? If you're watching Sutton, I'm not, I'm not sure exactly your age. I'm assuming you're of the college age, like your friend Alex, right? You're a little bit younger, and he made us not remember, the Ben Roethlisberger incident, but it was big at the time. Right. Yeah. It was a big deal. And this was before, internet really, social media really took off. This was before social media really, but it was still all over the news. Like it was a big deal. It wasn't one of those things that people just didn't know about. They knew about it, but the league didn't care.
Yeah. But he got I guess I want to say it was 6 games, and then he came back and it's all forgotten.
Josh Brown was the guy's name. And Bob the Minion, he's saying Roses. Who's Roses? He thinks that's
another kicker. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And thank you for joining the live stream. Our man Jazzy, up, JJ, what's going on? Wasn't Big Ben accused of raping an underage girl? I didn't hear about that, but the league. I don't think
she was underage. It was a college. One of them was a college age woman. And another was an employee at a hotel that he stayed at because he was accused of rape 2 times.
Yeah. Another person that doesn't get talked about a lot is Brett Favre. Oh, Brett.
King dirtbag.
How many of you guys know about the allegations with Brett Favre? Like, how many of you guys know what he was accused of doing? I'm just curious. Before we really put it out there, and let me read some of these comments. I want to know what do you guys know about Brett Favre and some of his mishaps. All right, Davon Johnson says, unfortunately, fair will never be the case. You are absolutely right, my friend. Yeah. Our man Darius Simmons is in the house. What's going on, Darius? He said, yeah, what's going on? Ravens roster. That's what I'm talking about. We in here. Let's go, guys. Let's go. All right. Let's see what we have. Yes. We know about Brett Favre, but do you know what he did? Like this is we got younger people in here.
Ferris gets right to it.
Yeah. I just want to know how many of you know. Hold on, let me add to Pop's comment real quick. It's funny how all these women are just now saying something and have no evidence. They trying to get the bag. Well, look. Here's the thing. Like I said, we're not going to draw the conclusion. I mean, you're always welcome to draw your own conclusions. That's human nature, right? All we can do is take the information that's out there and process it, and you'll draw your own conclusion. But on this show, I should say, we're not gonna say guilty or not guilty in the court of our public opinion, right? We're not gonna say that one way or another because it's very likely he could have done it. Yes, okay, the timing seems kind of sketchy, but that doesn't mean he ain't do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you got to keep that in mind, man. And
listen, and any woman who's a victim of sexual assault or sexual harassment, I mean, you're not going to really have any kind of evidence in these any kind of physical evidence in these cases, and they should all absolutely go after money because I'll tell you one thing that ain't going to happen: Deshaun ain't going to jail.
Right.
He's not going to be punished.
Yeah.
So why not?
Agree. Yep. I agree. Let's see. We all here. Okay. Deshaun says, I hate that the court of public opinion is a thing. All these internet lawyers rushing to pass judgment like his reputation will be shattered regardless of the verdict. Yeah, it might. It might. It's not to say he can't come back from it, depending on how this ends, right? It's not to say that, but I mean, yeah, it's definitely taking a hit. I mean, he's already losing sponsors. Nike suspended their endorsement.
Yeah, suspended, not lost.
Well, no, but Beats by Dre, they cut ties with them.
Yeah,
so
but if you like, we just talked about Ben Roethlisberger, right?
Yeah,
his reputation is fine. Mm-hmm. There's a a vocal minority of people who don't want you to forget with Roethlisberger, but the majority of people, it's nothing. Same thing with Brett Favre. Same thing with Peyton Manning.
I'm about to say Brett Favre, Peyton Manning, Ben Roethlisberger. They've never lost any endorsements over any of their allegations. And for Brett Favre, I don't see anybody put it in there. I was waiting to see if anybody knew. He actually had three cases. One was I don't think it was assault. It was harassment, right? Mm-hmm. Some sexual harassment with a Jets employee when he played for the Jets for a year. In fact, I think she was like a sideline reporter or something like that, right? So she filed the first lawsuit, and the league tried to investigate, and Brett Favre would not cooperate. He would not cooperate, and he finished out his career with the Vikings, and then retired. And then I think it was either right before or right after he retired, two more women filed lawsuits, and I think one of them was like a sexual assault thing. Yeah. Ferris, he was sending pictures to the one one reporter, but the other two, it was pretty bad. What they were alleged, it was pretty bad. And Spirit of Ogun, what's going on, man? Yep, the Favre case, which involves graphic photos and inappropriate voicemails sent to former Jets game host. Yep, Jen Sturger, that was her name. Yep, and there were two more. There were two more people. I think it was when he was with the Jets. They were massage therapists, I believe. They were team therapists. Yep. So I'm just saying. You still see him doing Wrangler commercials.
And then he stole $1 million of Mississippi's welfare money.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
His rep is fine.
Yeah, he's a dirtbag. He's a dirtbag.
Even Mike Vick. He did arguably the worst thing you could do in this country in hurting animals.
Yeah.
And he went to jail. He came back, and his rep is all right at this point. I mean, obviously, like I said, there's always going to be a group who will never forgive you for certain transgressions.
Yeah.
But Mike came back.
Yeah. So I mean, look, all we can do is just monitor this. But no, one way or another, it's not going to be the end of Deshaun Watson's career. It's not.
That is true, Ferris.
Fair to say. Yeah. Yes, Ferris. We agree. Yes, Brett Favre is not a good person. All right. So you want to move on to the next topic? I'm going to toss this in there. It's not in the headline. It's not in the title. But right before I came on, I was looking at Hollywood's IG account, and I noticed Lamar, Hollywood, and AB working out together, right? Like, this is the second time in the offseason where these three guys are working out together and putting in that work in the offseason that you want to see your players do, especially your young quarterback. And Lamar's building a rapport with Hollywood and AB, and it just feels too right to me that you sign AB to this team. Like, he's still one of the best wide receivers in the league. He's just sitting there. He's not going to cost you a whole lot of money. And he's already established a relationship with your young quarterback, right? And your other wide receiver. Yeah,
I would like to also say, who cares if he costs you a lot of money? Like you said, he's one of the best wide receivers in the league.
Yeah.
And also, we should point out that he was there working out with Hollywood, and he was there working out with Antonio Brown. He was not there working out with Miles Boykin or Devin Duvernay.
Okay. Our man Mikey from Off the Record podcast. Make sure you guys subscribe to Off the Record. They also do sports, OTR Sports. Make sure you subscribe to their channel. Look up Off the Record, and it should show up. Off the Record podcast. All right. Yes. Our man coach agrees with us. Like it just look. It just makes too much sense, man. You know, again, this kind of ties back to what we were saying about Deshaun and like the other quarterback thing, right? What do you care? I mean, this outside of like the legal issues, I understand. Like he had allegations against him too, but he already did his suspension. That's behind him. He went and played for another team. There's no issues. Our team, the Ravens, last year, the players said that they wanted him on the team, that there was not going to be any issues in the locker room. The quarterback said that they wanted him. What's your beef with bringing him in? Right?
He went to Tampa Bay and there were no issues. They won a Super Bowl and the coaches credited him with helping to turn around the culture in Tampa.
Yeah, because my thing is this. If you don't like him, I get it, man. I get it. You don't have to like him. There are guys I don't like, right? That if they're on my team, I'm going to root for them.
Yeah, like Sam Darnold.
We're going to get to that next. but what do you care? Like, okay, you don't like him. You don't personally like him. Who cares what you think, right? Let's just keep it real. Who cares what you think? You don't play with them. Yeah. You don't play with them. If Lamar gets along with them, if AB gets along with them, you had players on the defense saying, "No, man, he's cool. Bring him in here." Then bring him in. He's going to help us win games.
Listen, even if Lamar doesn't get along with him, as long as he throws him the ball, I don't care if they're friends.
Yeah, I don't care either. But clearly they are.
Yeah.
Clearly they are, man. Yes. Yeah. Mikey says sign AB. Ravens so scared. They are, man. This is Steve Bisciotti. This is all Steve Bisciotti right here. That I think they would have already signed them if it weren't for Steve Bisciotti, because Steve Bisciotti is hypersensitive about their image and who they sign, because we were supposed to sign Kaepernick too, right? He got scared away from an IG post.
Yeah.
I mean, how fragile are you? Bob the Minion says, if we can get AB and draft De'Ami Brown, I will be very satisfied. I agree. Yeah, I agree.
No, that'd be a great finish to the offseason for the wide receivers.
Yes. And our hashtag defund the defense campaign will slow down a little bit. Okay. It's not going anywhere. By the way, you can check out our store, lbhtshow.com/shop, and you can get yourself one of those shirts. But Deshaun says somebody needs to throw the rock and with the words Antonio Brown at EDC every day when he walks into the building until he signs AB. Yeah, man. Like, man, we're just slow to everything, right? For you guys that like the Sammy Watkins signing it, and it's okay. It's an okay signing, but that doesn't solve anything in my book. You literally got the last person available, right? To me, that tells me you didn't like that doesn't fix any problem. That wasn't your answer, right? You're kicking the tires on a couple of guys. You called about Galladay allegedly, right? You called and tried to sign Juju. You tried to sign T.Y. Hilton. You're calling about everybody and striking out, and then who's left out there? Oh, Sammy. Oh, yeah, that's what we wanted all along. No, it wasn't. Right. I hope he plays well. I hope he turns it around. I hope he stays healthy. But that doesn't solve anything. Andrew Sakira, what's going on? Hars needs to watch Grumpy Old Man and listen to when Ann Margaret says, sometimes the things you regret in life are the risks that you don't take. Absolutely, man. Well said. Well said.
It is 100% true. But Harbaugh said, I got the ring. I don't care.
Yeah. Deshaun makes a good point here. Riley Cooper got another deal after he threatened to fight every N-word at a concert. And he damn sure wasn't catching Super Bowl touchdown passes. Yeah, I remember that. And his teammates did not forgive him.
Was that? What kind of threat was that? Anyway, there were like 3 there.
Yeah. One of them was recording them. The other one was a security guard.
And the other was Darius Rucker, right? Like, come
on. Yeah. Yes. AB, Watkins, Hollywood, and Andrews would open it up for Lamar. I agree. Mm-hmm. I agree. So, all right, we are going to get into a topic near and dear to B's heart. Okay, like that, and don't worry, we're going to finish up with some more Lamar, so don't go anywhere. But the other day, the Panthers traded 6th round this year. Is it a 6th round? Yep. And then a 2nd and 4th round pick next year for one Samuel Darnold. Okay. Now, we did a video. Check it out. Giving our thoughts on it. Sam Darnold, we don't have a problem with Sam Darnold, right? It's the compensation, right? It's what they had to give up to get Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's one of those quarterbacks that we feel not great, right? No. And hasn't played great throughout his career, but in a really bad situation, just an awful situation. But in a right situation, better coaching, better protection, better talent, he could do all right. Right,
which is why it doesn't make sense that Carolina traded for him, because that's not the situation he's coming to.
Well, yeah, okay, I'll let you break that down.
He was bad independent of Adam Gase in New York. He's a poor decision maker. I think we all remember the "I'm seeing ghosts out there." Like, he was panicking out on the field. He's inaccurate. PFF put out their QB guide that they do every year, and he's great on passes that don't go more than a couple yards past the line of scrimmage. He's 100% on swing passes, but anything that even threatens to go downfield, he's way below average.
Real quick, attitude pop, my man. I see your comments, bro. I read your comment. You don't have to keep posting. We go through this every stream. Okay, be nice, be good. All right. If you really want to get your point across, this is a perfect time. This is a perfect time, okay, to take a little commercial break. If you really need to get your point across, I know we don't have super chat enabled yet. I understand that. This is a slight inconvenience to you guys, right? But right above B there, see that QR code? $ LBHT show, okay, on Cash App.
This new setup.
Yeah. Hit the Cash App, okay. Drop a donation, leave your comment, and we will read it on air, okay. And this time we won't put out your government name. Sorry about that, Gosh Child. All right. My bad. My bad.
Oh yeah, I got problems connecting the names to the username.
Yeah. We won't put you on blast like that anymore. Okay. We had some technical difficulties. We got that fixed. All right. But if you want a highlighted comment, okay, there's no super chat. Hit up the Cash App, leave your comment. We will read it on air. I promise you. Do not keep posting your comment in the thread. I see it. If I don't read it, especially if we go into a different topic, don't keep posting it, man. Okay, just move on.
So bad last week. Like, he said I put his government name out there. Like, people looking for him.
They might be. I haven't seen him here today, man. You might have done something. Hey, Gosh Child, man. If you need that money back to shoot you some bail or something, just let us know. All right.
Look at you. Why I got to be bail? Yeah. Why it got to be bail, man? Anyway, back to Sam. Sam. So like I said, he's inaccurate. He's inaccurate everywhere on the field, except for swing passes. He's awesome at those.
Hey, Christian McCaffrey coming back.
Christian is coming back, and he's going to get 135 catches, and great, good for him. He's got to earn that money that they gave him.
Yeah, yes.
Sam, he's not only inaccurate, but the thing that people hate about Teddy Bridgewater is that he's conservative. He doesn't go downfield. He's not a good deep ball thrower. He doesn't take chances. And Sam is more conservative than Teddy is. Yes, and he got mono in the NFL. But yeah, so he's more conservative, and to the point about the situation, sure, he's got better receivers in Carolina. One of them, Robbie Anderson, actually played with him in New York, but they do have DJ Moore, which is a huge upgrade over Brashad Perryman and Jamison Crowder and guys like that.
Yeah,
Curtis Samuel's gone, but that's neither here nor there. Like you said, Christian McCaffrey's coming back, but they don't have the O-line. There's rumors about them maybe trying to trade for Orlando Brown, but right now they have exactly one good offensive lineman, that's Taylor Moton. And beyond that, what makes anybody think he's going to better coaching or guys who can do a better job developing him? That was kind of the talk about Joe Brady, that he can elevate his quarterbacks, and he'll fix Sam and he'll be playing great. Teddy Bridgewater was Joe Brady's guy. He worked with him in New Orleans. They handpicked him. They got rid of Cam Newton. They brought in Teddy Bridgewater for the same amount of money. And halfway through the season, they were pulling their hair out talking about we got to get rid of this guy. They didn't fix Teddy. Why are they going to fix Sam?
Yeah.
Sam's further along. I know Sam's young, but he's thrown more passes in the NFL than Teddy Bridgewater had coming into the season.
Yeah.
You know, he's you can argue he's further along in his development, so the potential argument shouldn't even be there.
All right. So I'm going to add to Pop's comment here. All right. Because this is more relevant to what we're talking about. Add to Pop. All right. So Teddy is better. Teddy ain't been good since Minnesota. Right. Are you saying
that's false? He was good in New Orleans.
Yeah. He was good in New Orleans. We are fans of Teddy Bridgewater. Everything that the media is saying right now about Sam Darnold, including us, right, is exactly how we feel about Teddy, right? And we do believe Teddy is a better quarterback than Sam Darnold. It's not even about belief. There's you can't even compare the two. Teddy is better. It's not even up for debate. He's a better quarterback, right? There's nothing that you can measure.
Much better, but he's better.
Yeah. There's nothing you can compare the two in and say, well, these signs point to Sam Darnold being better. No, Teddy's a better quarterback, and we felt like if they gave him protection, right, a healthy Christian McCaffrey this year, right, and actually, support him from the coaching staff, right, don't have his back, I think you could have had a much better year this year, a much better version of Teddy Bridgewater, but they weren't in on him. So now you're bringing in Sam Darnold, and in my opinion, you just downgraded your quarterback. We don't think he's going to be terrible necessarily, but he's not going to be better than Teddy.
So to answer Bob, no, Russell Okung is no longer in Carolina. He was a free agent. They didn't bring him back. Davon and Ferris, man, like, stop talking about our pick. No.
Okay, let's catch up on some of these comments here. Oh man. Oh, okay.
Not giving up a top 10 pick and then paying him over $20 million a year.
Noah says, best hope he doesn't get mono again. Oh, you guys remember the mono. Okay.
What else are you going to remember about Sam?
Him seeing ghosts. That's the first thing comes to my mind.
That's true. I'm going to leave that 8th pick alone, man. Like, I'm not.
Jazzy Day says, funny how the media always wants to talk about how Lamar's inaccurate, but don't mention how his receivers had the highest drop rate in the league and wasn't even close.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, like B pointed out, man, we didn't see Boykin or Duvernay at them workouts. All right. I know if I'm Boykin or Duvernay, right, it's too early in our careers to think we can't play. All right. Mm-hmm. I am stalking Lamar. Like, I'm calling him every day, like, hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm about to go work out. Where you working out at? Just AB's gym.
Listen, right, I would have been in those I'm IG a Google comments telling him to turn your location on. Like, no, you're not doing this without me.
I am going to be on your hip. You're going to know I'm there. All right. But I don't know. I mean, look, it's not the tell all, right? It's not the tell all. Just because he's not posting on IG or anything like that doesn't mean he's not working out. I'm pretty sure he is. I'm just saying, man. Like, I'm not seeing you get any targets or catches.
I feel like Lamar should realize that it's kind of a bad look for him to be working out with Hollywood and AB and not his other receivers.
Hold on. Actually, I think that's the point.
That's what I mean. Like, I feel like he's doing that, trying to send a message without saying anything.
Yeah. I think that's the point. Like, these are the guys I want right here, not those guys. Yeah. Solomon Reed, thank you for joining the live stream. Darnold will do better this year. He got his old weapon and a better offense. Yeah, Robbie Anderson. Somebody else pointed out Robbie Anderson.
Listen, he sucked with Robbie Anderson too. All right, I'm sorry, but he did. He was bad. Yeah. Now, I mean, I hope he's better. Yeah. And DJ Moore is much better than the other targets he had there. And even, the Darnold to D-Arnold connection can get going. Christian McCaffrey's better than the running backs he had in New York. So obviously I hope he does well. I'm just not holding my breath.
Here we go. Here go the mono jokes. Okay. Make sure he doesn't go kissing people in North Carolina. Davon, mono Sam. Okay.
I've never seen a group so eager to make fun of a serious illness. My goodness.
Yeah, mono. It's like missing a game for like because you had acne or something like that. That's what it feels like.
Shame. Okay. Shame on all of you.
Ferris, I assumed he was a criminal. You talking about our man Gosh Child? I did not assume he was a criminal. Okay, I did not. I said if you need bail, okay, he could be wrongfully accused of something. All right, I did not say that. King Bird 56, what's going on, man? Sam's overrated. Is anybody saying he's good? I know.
Listen, Scott Fitterer just said he's good. He traded a 2nd-round pick for him.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You know what, King Bird, you're right, because I'm hearing nothing but good things from the little clips I caught here and there on YouTube and stuff like that. Everybody's kind of praising this move as a good move. So you're right. Yeah, I think it is overrated. I mean, you look at the numbers, it just doesn't look good. Whether he's on a good team or not, you gotta show at some point that you can do something out there.
Yeah, because the whole Adam Gase thing, yeah, he's a terrible coach, but Joe Flacco played much better than Sam Darnold last year. Ryan Tannehill, when he played for Adam Gase, had much better numbers than Sam Darnold had under Adam Gase. So it's not a cure-all for what you saw with Darnold. He played poorly.
So Davon, we're going to talk about this in a second. So we agree that Carolina trades the pick. Now, before we get to that,
Davon about to get blocked.
You can't block our patron. You'll never be blocked, sir. Okay, LBHT crew. But so Teddy, what happens with Teddy now? Because here's the thing. They said that they gave him permission to seek a trade. Whatever, right? If I'm Teddy, I'm not going anywhere. I'll stay here, and you're gonna pay me my $18 million. That's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna steal the job back, because if you keep him on the team, my guess is at some point this season you're gonna go back to him. Right?
Yeah, but that's why he's not going to be on the team. The very first offer they get, he's out the door.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, that's that. So the trade. There was also rumors simultaneously happening as you traded for Sam Darnold that the Panthers were in discussions with the Ravens. Now it's just a rumor. They were talking to the Ravens about Orlando Brown Jr. Okay. So
I want to hear everybody's opinion on this. And yes. I want to be clear. I do not want your opinion on whether or not you want the 8th pick. I understand that you want the pick. Shut up. Don't put that in our chat. I want your opinion on whether or not you think Orlando Brown is worth number 8 plus a $20 million a year contract, because I was getting chastised in our YouTube comments for saying I don't want to do that deal. And I felt like, like Will Ferrell, I felt like I was taking crazy pills.
Look, if you're not sure about that, flip it around, right? What if we had that 8th pick? I mean, we wouldn't want to do it for a 27th pick, right? We don't want to give any first round picks, but the 8th pick, a top 10 pick, are you willing to do that for a player and pay him on top of that?
Listen, like I said, I asked this the other day too, because Baltimore has terrible wide receivers. DJ Moore may not be an elite wide receiver, but he's close, right? And would you trade the number 8 pick and pay DJ Moore when you were in position to maybe get Jamar Chase or Devontae Smith? Because Carolina is in position to get Penei Sewell or Rashawn Slater.
Now, look, there are 2 different sets of thoughts here. All right. What B is saying is true. Like, no, I wouldn't do that. I don't think that's a good trade. Right. And a lot of you, whether you say it or not, agree. It's not a good trade. But the other set of thoughts here, it could happen. It could happen. You just saw the trade, like the trade that they made for Sam Darnold was a bad trade. Nobody was giving up a 2nd round pick for him. Nobody. Now, next year, 2 years from now, that was not going to happen. They gave away that pick. That leads me to believe that they're not the brightest over there. Okay. And if they're on the phone with the Ravens, I told y'all before, okay, the Ravens don't get fleeced in trades. We do the fleecing 100% of the time. Can you think of a time where you looked at a trade initially, not later on where, if a guy didn't work out, whatever? Like, have you ever looked at a trade initially and be like, man, we got robbed? Never happened. Never happened.
When they traded back and drafted Hayden Hurst. That's what I thought then, but I mean,
I was so angry. I was so angry. But Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's catch up on some of these comments here. Yes, Darius Simmons. He says Pepperidge Farm remembers when they said Gabbert would be better than Cam Newton. Not just Gabbert. Jake Locker. Who else was in that draft?
That was Christian Ponder,
Christian
Gabbert,
Ponder,
Jake Locker, and then Andrew Dalton and Colin Kaepernick in the second round of that one. So yeah.
All right. So is Sewell going?
That class was so terrible. Like if you go on the draft history and you look up that class for Carolina, it's Cam Newton and then a whole bunch of guys who spent like a year in the NFL, maybe, except for Captain Munnerlyn.
Yes, this is the right answer, Davon. In all honesty, he's not worth it, but I will take it. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Now,
I need to stop calling my GM, man.
Bonus question. We're gonna go overtime today. Bonus question. If we do pull off this heist, right, and get the number 8 pick, who do y'all want to get? Who do you want to get with the number 8 pick? We had the number 8 and 27. If we had the number 8 and 27, who do you want to get with the number 8 pick? Drop
the answer is Jamar Chase, Kyle Pitts, Devontae Smith in that order.
Okay. I would put Sewell or Slater ahead of Devontae Smith. All right. And I already know if I'm not sure if Coach is still in here. I know Coach is not a fan of Devontae Smith. Okay. No block, no rock. Okay. That's his slogan. No block, no rock. Devontae Smith is not a blocker. Okay. No. But he could ball.
I almost changed my my list too earlier when I saw that video of Penei Sewell literally choke slamming a guy in a game.
Yeah, with one hand, like the Undertaker. J-Mart, we got Chase, we got Pitts. Spirit of Ogun says, is it possible to flip that 8 for more picks? Yeah, it's possible. Okay. How far down do you want trade back, and who would you pick up? Right? Because I don't want to just keep trading to get picks just because. Yeah. Solomon Reed says Rashawn Slater. Okay. All right. Davon says he's not mad at either. All right. Yeah. I mean, ultimately, anybody we choose there is going to be somebody we would have never been able to get before.
Yeah, you know why? Because there should never be in a position to get somebody at 8. They're not that bad of a team. And so what are we talking about here? Carolina earned that pick. Right? What do you mean trade it away for a guy who has to get a massive contract immediately?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Davon said he'd be willing to drop to the higher teens and get who? And get who?
Hoping that Rashad Bateman's still there.
Ferris says Penei Sewell is the best football player in this draft. Yeah, he said it. Fight him.
I'm not going to disagree with you because I read that caption. Oh, Sewell's choke slammed the guy, and I was like, he threw somebody down. No, he grabbed the dude, picked him up, and slammed him to the ground.
Look, Davon. Hold on. Davon says there's still value there, trading down to the teens. Be careful with that word value, okay? Mm-hmm. I do not value that word value when it comes to the draft, all right? I do not value the word value when it comes to the draft. That's what gets you in trouble. When you see somebody that has the potential to be a superstar, do not start saying to yourself, oh, but I could trade down and get, 2 extra guys, and that could equal the production of this guy. No. Get you the superstar. Go get the superstar. All right. I want Randy Moss, not Santana Moss. Okay. Yeah. And Santana Moss is a good player. But right. Give me Randy Moss. All right. Like give me the top dog.
Superstars win you championships.
Yeah. Tony said you're funny today.
I don't appreciate y'all laughing at my pain. I don't, but I do. Thank you for coming. But you got to laugh.
Dominion says Bateman or Darrisaw. All right, we're gonna get off of this before B. He explodes. He rips his shirt off and turns green. Okay. All right. What's the next topic? Okay. Yes, we'll finish. We're back. We're back with some Lamar talk. I know you missed him. Lamar Jackson, okay?
Before we go there, let me just say also that I hate the fact that y'all turned the Panther segment into a Raven segment.
look, man, it's Ravens Nation out here, man. It is what it is. We cater to the crowd. All right. Look, Panthers Nation, pause up, keep pounding. Look, you got something to say? Drop it in there. See, Derek isn't here today. Derek isn't here right now, right? This is usually Derek's weekend, man. Shout out to Derek. I know you out there working hard, man. You're going to watch this later, man. Leave your comment. Give us your thoughts on this, all right? All right. So, you see it. Lamar Jackson. So, we're talking about this because Jamison Hemsley dropped an article today kind of breaking down some scenarios that could happen with Lamar Jackson's contract. And I thought it was interesting enough to bring it up on the show. So we're going to talk about it. But he kind of posted a question out there, and he was taking excerpts from the NFL Network. It was a discussion with Kurt Warner and Joel Corey, who was a former agent, and
Tannenbaum.
And Tannenbaum, who was a crappy GM. But interesting conversation. And they're just kind of throwing out different scenarios. Like, if I were the Ravens, I would look at this. If I'm Lamar, I would look at this. And it was interesting enough. And one of the first things that they talked about was, okay, you got a running quarterback, but he's not just any running quarterback. He's a special quarterback. He doesn't get hurt. He protects himself really well. But at the end of the day, he still puts himself in harm's way more than other quarterbacks. He gets hit more than other quarterbacks. So how many years do you want to commit to paying him?
Don't give him a long-term deal because of the wear and tear and things like that. So, not the 10 years of Pat Mahomes, but maybe a 4-year deal.
Yeah. Yo, Ferris, I'm not taking shots at Santana Moss. Ferris, are you saying you rather have Santana Moss than Randy Moss? Is that what you're saying? Because I said I'd rather have Randy Moss than Santana Moss. Okay. I didn't say I'd rather have
Would you be happier if he changed it to Sonoris?
Right. Sonoris. I didn't compare him to a bum receiver. I compared him to one of the greatest of all times. Right. If you're on the clock and Randy Moss is there and Santana Moss, which one are you taking?
Oh, I can answer that. Carolina took Randy Moss off their board.
That's right.
Completely.
They did that.
That's the team I root for.
Okay. So, yes. All right. Darius, he's getting to the point that I was reading in the article. Lamar needs to run when situations arrives. 4-year deal, right? Now, that's what they were suggesting in the article. A more traditional deal, which is 4 years, right? If I'm Lamar, I'm looking at that and saying, okay, cool. I want 4 years, $200 million fully guaranteed. Fully guaranteed. You're going to pay me $50 million a year for 4 years, and you're going to fully guarantee it. Oh, look who's in the house. Look who's here.
What's up, David?
Oh, man. David, the sports and gamer nerd. What's going on? Man, it feels like it's been forever since I've seen you, David. Man, make sure you are subscribed to David, the sports and gamer nerd. Man, Ravens fan, hockey fan, right? Comic books, nerd culture. He's into all that stuff, man. Video games, man. Check him out. He's dope. Hey, I appreciate you coming through, man. Appreciate you coming through. What are you laughing at over there, B?
I'm laughing at Ferris, appreciating Sonoris Moss, former Giants legend.
Yeah. So, if I'm Lamar, okay, if we're going to play that game, you're going to give me all my money guaranteed, right? Mm-hmm. We can negotiate down a little bit from $50 million, not much more. I'm not taking much less than 50. Okay, maybe 48, maybe 47 a year. Okay. And the reason being is because you're saying I'm a health risk, but you're putting me at risk.
Yeah,
right.
You're the cause of that.
These are design runs. I'm not running on my own. I know how to sit in the pocket and pass. I know how to read through my progressions, and I'm a pretty accurate passer. Right. You're drawing up plays, power runs, where you're putting me in harm's way. So you're going to do that and then turn around and say, right. Yeah. You're going to do that and then turn around and say, you're a health risk. Okay, cool. It is what it is. I like you guys. $50 million a year. We're going to do it like that. Okay. Fully guaranteed. Right. I can stay healthy for 4 years. Okay. Yeah. David says 48 per. And really, to be honest, if we're being honest, that's what's going to have to be anyway. That's what we're looking at. The salary cap is going to go sky high. I was listening to I Am Athlete. You guys check out that I Am Athlete. Brandon Marshall, Channing Crowder, Fred Taylor, and Chad Johnson. And Fred Taylor was saying that he was talking to people because Fred is good with numbers, man. He's always talking business stuff, right? And he was saying he was talking to some people that study the cap and study like the TV deal and everything. And he said in a few years, 2 or 3 years, that cap should be in the 300s. Okay. It's going to almost double what it is now. So $50 million per year is right around the corner. And he even pointed out, he's like, why do you think the Chiefs were so quick to give Pat Mahomes that deal?
Exactly.
You know, because they won a Super Bowl because they love him? No, because they know that cap is going to go up. And let's lock him into a 10-year deal. A 10-year deal? Think about it. So $40 million a year is what he's making. $40 million a year on average. By paying him now instead in a couple years, they saved almost $100 million.
Yeah. Right?
An extra $10 million per year. So yeah. If I'm Lamar, okay. If we're extending me now, I need about 47 mil. About 47 mil. We can do a 4-year deal. If you're not comfortable with 47, I'll bring it down to 45. We'll do 3 years, and we'll negotiate in 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. David says get him some wide receivers, and he won't have to run as much. Yes, sir.
Bingo. We were just talking about how he was working out with AB and Hollywood Brown, right? What was the other part of the argument? Oh yeah. So the other thing that they were discussing was when Lamar should sign. If I'm Lamar Jackson, do I want to sign now or should I wait until Josh Allen and Baker Mayfield sign their deals? That's a very good question.
Yeah. They were pointing out the fact that, he was the 32nd pick. He didn't really, this is relative, obviously. He didn't make a lot of money on his rookie deal compared to some of those other guys. So, they're saying what would be more important to him, getting an extra 2 or 3% based off of Josh Allen's deal, or just securing his money right now.
Yeah.
And again, it depends on the number of years, right? If he comes in for a 3-year deal, then go ahead and do your deal right now, get your money, and you'll be renegotiating again when he's 27.
Yeah.
But they were also making the point that they believe Baltimore would want to lock him into a 5-year deal, in which case, go ahead and wait that few weeks and get every cent you can get. And they're also pointing out how Baltimore kind of screwed Ronnie Stanley on his deal. That he came in lower than he really should have.
Yeah,
because they just negotiated him down, and they were talking about that in regards to Lamar not having an agent and saying how that would play out in his deal.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, we gotta wait and see. I hope he doesn't take any home team discount or anything like that, because they have a really good relationship. That's the one thing about the Ravens, man. Like, players, they love it there. Players love that organization, and they feel comfortable making deals with them. So I hope he doesn't get too comfortable and says, all right, man, 39 mil or anything like that. You shouldn't take anything less than 43.
Right. They a few of them, I think all 3 of them said that he should come in right around Deshaun Watson and Dak Prescott. And I'm like, yeah, if he did his deal a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it needs to be more. It needs to be more.
Players are always looking to future-proof their deal a little bit. They're saying he's not going to get more than Pat Mahomes, which I agree. He's probably not going to. But yeah, absolutely 43, 44 is what he should be shooting for.
Yeah. Pat Mahomes obviously is just out of this world talent. But
so is Lamar.
But so is Lamar. And their situations are different. Now, Mahomes is a great player, and he's surrounded with great players. Mm-hmm. And they were already a playoff team before he got there.
Yeah.
Right. And if they couldn't get a deal done and he left for free agency, they would get somebody else in there. They wouldn't be as good. They may not be a Super Bowl contender, but they'll still be probably a playoff team. Mm-hmm. If Lamar left this team right now, we'd be toast. We would be toast. Okay. He was a MVP in the second year. He's only played 3 years, made the playoffs every single year so far. We're not having a discussion, man. Yes. Yeah, David, that's what I'm thinking. 200 million, fully guaranteed. Let's not even play around. 4 years, short deal. And we already know that you can manipulate these contracts to get under the cap. So cap's not even a problem. You want to add 2 or 3 more avoidable years, right? To make the cap lower, be my guest. But you're going to go ahead and give me that $200 million, and it's cool. We'll be working in 4 years. All right. Hold on. Our man G-Star 007's in the house. What's going on, man? Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you guys. Star? True. I don't think Lamar needs design runs. He's an elite athlete. 45 mil, 5 years. Okay. I like that. Yes, Ferris. I was laughing at his comment earlier. Where I was talking about I am athlete. He said Brandon Marshall almost blew his head off. Listen. That is he's become a meme right now. Yeah. If you guys haven't checked out I Am Athlete, man, it is probably like the best sports show going right now. Anywhere you can find it. Okay, except for ours. But he got into a heated argument with Chad Johnson. They always go at it. I wouldn't call it a heated argument. Like this is like Mikey, are you still in here? Look, me and Mikey from Author Records podcast, our group of friends, when we get together, that's exactly how we talk. That's exactly how we are. We will be in each other's face, foaming at the mouth, screaming or whatever, and we'll be talking about the second week of the NBA. Okay, right. That's how we are. But he was so passionate about what he was saying. He was wrong. Yeah. He was wrong. He was talking
couldn't about have been more wrong. Like that's the thing. Not just, I got this one detail wrong. He was wrong all the way around.
He was saying that there's only 4. Each team only has 4 guaranteed contracts, and that's just wrong. In fact, it's probably the opposite. About every player except for 4 players on each team have guaranteed contracts.
I just don't even understand where he got that idea.
I honestly think he got confused. I think he was thinking the opposite way. Every team has players that are guaranteed, except for like 4 spots where you can have like 2-way deals, 10-day deals, stuff like that, right? But yes, every contract in the NBA just about is fully guaranteed. Okay, but great discussion. It was a great discussion. He was wrong about that. It was funny, but overall, it's a great discussion. And hold on. Solomon Reed said, if we paid Flacco good money, bless Lamar, just the same once he wins a Super Bowl, honestly, should be bigger than Joe. I mean, Joe Flacco's deal is in today's NFL would be disgraceful.
But at the time, that was a high end deal he got.
It was the highest deal. It was the highest deal at the time
for a little while.
Yeah. If you're talking about like the magnitude of the deal, sure. Mm-hmm.
But they shouldn't wait till they win a Super Bowl. Just do it.
Yeah. Davon said Brandon's certified crazy. Yeah. I mean, look, he has some mental health issues. It's well documented, and
and he got some help for it.
Yes. Yeah. And honestly, I think what he's doing with I Am Athlete is very special, right? Because I think that helps not just him, but every athlete on that show and the athletes that they bring on that show. I think it's therapeutic for them, right? Because they discuss some serious issues. They discuss their careers. They discuss some of the things that, that stress them out, and, financial stuff. And like he has shows where he'll go around and say, okay, we're doing like a mental health check. How are you, physically, mentally, like rate yourself, right? The one that they were promoting a few weeks back that kind of went viral. You saw Chad Johnson talking about his mom who passed, right? It was a very emotional one. But you could tell, I mean, when he came back, he's just like, after I got that off my chest, and I went and saw my mom, at her gravesite and everything. Like, I'm good. Like it's great that they have that outlet. And honestly, man, I hope it stays around. I hope we see more shows like that, because what we're seeing in mainstream media, man, like I don't care what Stephen A. thinks about some of these things pertaining to football, right?
You don't even know what he thinks about it because he's screaming all the time.
Yeah, like you're getting those perspectives, even for us, like we don't play the game, right? We're giving our fan perspective, but getting the player's perspective, they play the game. They're right there. Getting that side of it, I think it's a great thing, man. So yeah, credit to those guys, man. It's awesome. It's awesome. All right. So we are towards the end. We are going to spend a few minutes here. We'll let me activate bonus time here. Let me activate bonus time. We're going to do bonus time. Whatever you guys want to talk about for a few minutes, we're going to do that. And then after the show, we are going to go over to patreon.com/LBHT show. All right. We're going to do our overtime show over there, man. It's live. We have fun over there. We talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. So we'll hang out here for a couple minutes. Anything you guys want to discuss, put it in the chat box and we'll discuss it.
Yeah. And if you want to be part of overtime, like you said, head over to patreon.com/LBHT show. Either the $3 or $10 tier will get you access to the overtime show. We do have the $10 tier with our Founders coins. It's a limited tier that will get you also access to fantasy football once we start up that league. And for the people who join the Founders tier and get themselves one of these. See, I got it this week. I got it this week.
Oh, look at that.
Once you get one of those, you are kind of grandfathered in and you'll get the perks for any other future tiers that we add as well.
Yeah. So once again, man, right above me, patreon.com/LBHT show, right? Either the $3 tier or the $10 tier, man. We put all that money right back into the show, man. So and you guys have really been supporting us, man. Thank you. Mm-hmm. We are a very small channel. We're growing. We're getting there. But you guys have been supporting us, showing up to these shows every week. It means a whole lot to us. It means a whole lot to us. Thank you. And once again, as Add2Pop drops his comment in there, I'm gonna read it. Add2Pop, I'm gonna read it. If you want a super chat, you want to highlight a comment, we don't have super chat yet. Right above B, $LBHT show. Okay, on Cash App. Leave a donation, leave your comment, and we will read it on air. All right. And if you like the merch, if you like what B has there, you like that? You like this shirt? You like that? You like that? If you want some of that, you go right here. LBHTshow.com/shop. Okay. That's actually, so our website, LBHT show, we have, we put podcasts on there. We put articles. B does some excellent writing. We put it on the website. So hang out there, check it out. You want to buy some merch, get you a mug, get you one of those. All right. All right, Add2Pop. No, okay. Let's see what.
And that's it for bonus time.
Yeah. Add2Pop says they say you can't win with Lamar style, but Cam almost won, and Steve Young won 3 Super Bowls with the same style. I guess because he's black. Look, me and B don't shy away from the race talk over here, right? Absolutely. The criticism Cam gets, a lot of it has to do with him being a black quarterback, right? Mm-hmm. That's just what it is. But more so than that is you had somebody in Lamar where just most people didn't believe he could play the position, right? Because he was black and super athletic. And they kind of stuck to that, and they were trying to use film study and analysis and all this stuff to explain why he couldn't play the position. And he turned out to be the best quarterback from that class. I know some might argue Josh Allen. That's not true. It's Lamar.
Josh Allen, who, by the way, has the same play style as Cam, but never got those same knocks.
Right. So, there's a lot of egg on people's faces. And instead of saying, hey, I was wrong about that, my bad, they don't want to have that conversation. So they're really trying to nitpick everything about his game. And all he keeps doing is stepping his game up even more, right? Stepping his game up even more. Last year was a down year for him. Sam Darnold never had a year like that last year. He's never had a year like Lamar had last year. Okay, that was a down year for Lamar. Okay, Deshaun says, well, you can't win with Baker, Darnold, Daniel Jones, or 90% of the other QBs play styles. Then that's true. We're talking about winning a Super Bowl. Most quarterbacks don't win Super Bowls.
Well, that's also why that criticism doesn't make any sense. Oh, you can't win with a running quarterback. How would you know? So few have been given the opportunity to actually, be a franchise quarterback and start for multiple years. How would you even know whether it's possible or not? Of course it's possible. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. They used to say you couldn't run the option in the NFL. That's a college thing. And then, Wildcat. You have that. You have the spread offense taking over, RPO taking over, all this stuff. People would tell you can't do that in the NFL. But you can't do it until somebody builds their team to do it.
Yeah, no, exactly. Solomon says they're trying the hardest to prove Lamar has flaws in his game. Yeah, they are. They're really breaking it down, and it's comical, right? Because anytime he has a bad game or they take a loss, they talk about what he did wrong. But all these other quarterbacks that were drafted ahead of him, it's like they don't get talked about, right? They don't get talked about. Daniel Jones, that's Ferris's guy. Danny Dimes had more turnovers than touchdowns this year. He had more
for his career.
For his career, and he just got Kenny Galladay, and that wasn't even brought up, right? Yeah. Kenny Galladay was probably like the highest profile, one of the highest profile free agents this offseason, right? That was a good move for them. Get him some more weapons, and nobody brought up the fact that he really needs some help because he ain't that he turns the ball over. Like nobody mentioned that, right? They're just like, oh yeah, he's got more firepower. They should be much better. Well, why? He can't play. Yeah, Steve Young won 3 Super Bowls running. I got that edge, Pop. I got you, man. I got you. Jazzy JJ says Lamar's down year was actually a pretty solid year compared to most other QBs. He was 4 touchdowns away from throwing 30 touchdown passes, man. And he missed a game. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Okay. All right. We'll wrap it up there. Well, real quick, we're gonna end on some NBA news. Okay, real quick. KD returns tonight. Okay,
whatever.
Kevin Durant is back. He is back. Okay,
that's good for Brooklyn. That's good for the NBA. Everybody loves it when KD's back, healthy and playing. But it's just suspicious. Is all. That every time one of them comes back, one of them, another one is out with an injury because James Harden is out now. It's just suspicious.
Look, I love what they're doing over there. I love it, and I hope it's a trend that they started that more superstars decide to go to Brooklyn because of the way they handle their superstars over there, right? Kyrie, he was going through some things and he needed some time off, and everybody's just like, oh, he just left the team. Oh, he's a head case. I was saying that too because I think Kyrie's a little out there, but they're like, no, it's cool. He can take however much time he needs, and he did it, and he came back, and he was good. All right. Yeah. They brought in a Harden who was fat Harden over in Houston. It came over here, got in shape, and he's great. And
dropped 30 pounds on a plane ride.
And they swapped these guys out. Together, they've only played, I think, 9 total games still. Yeah. All 3 of them together only played 9 total games. So you haven't even seen the best version of this team yet. But they stagger their minutes. They stagger their time, right? To make sure everybody's fresh. KD is back now. When Harden comes back, he's going to miss at least 10 games. When he comes back, I think that's when you're going to start to see all 3 of them play more consistently going into the playoffs.
I just want to say, I noticed you didn't add to the lineup Ben McLemore signing in LA. I know that you didn't add that.
Do you really want to talk about that?
I don't.
Okay.
Wait. The Nets are going to absolutely murder the Eastern Conference in the playoffs.
Yeah. We're going to run through them, and we're going to win a championship. Andrew Sakura, breaking news. Panthers just signed A.J. Bouye. Boom.
Why did they do
that? What are you talking about? You don't like A.J. Bouye?
I mean, not anymore. Look, it's fine. I mean, he's probably still better than the corners that they got out there, but why you do that though? Yeah. Like, just go draft somebody or sign somebody who can still play. That's all, man. You have money.
It seemed like it was 2 years ago. AJ Bouye was like a lockdown corner.
Yeah, you ain't saving money for Deshaun anymore.
Yeah. Which one you like? What are you looking at?
Whatever, Davon, man. Like, it's all bad. I'm waiting for.
Said B needs a hug.
I'm waiting for the Tepper Rule, Tepper and Matt Rule combo to crash and burn here.
Oh, while we sitting here talking about Davon, man, make sure you guys, if you're into podcasts, listen to the DJ and K show. All right.
Yes.
Davon, and is that your wife, Davon K? They do a podcast together. There's another person on there. Who's the other person? But excellent podcast, man. Like, just real, they talk about everything. They talk about everything. Real cool. They're really smart. Like, dope podcast.
Great conversations.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, T is his wife. T is his wife. Cool. K is okay. K is the business partner. Okay, see, you saying that? Yeah. See, you trying to cause problems over there, B. All right.
I didn't name anybody.
Yeah, but check them out, man. DJ and K show, man. Awesome podcast. But all right, we are going to get out of here. You have something you want to say?
No, I was about to just say, send Davon and Ferris a fake link for the overtime show. Like they're not allowed to do. All right. No.
All right, for our patrons, give us a few minutes. We're gonna set that up. Everybody else, we really appreciate you, man, coming out on Wednesdays. All right. Yeah, we're gonna be dropping some more videos here soon. We always say see you next week, but like we end up doing a video or two before the weekend or during the weekend or something like that. So we will see you guys soon. And
again, as always, if there's anything that you want us to cover, just shoot us an email, questions@lbhtshow.com, or you can hit us up on Twitter at LBHT Show and just let us know what you want to hear about.
Yep. All right, guys. Have a good night. Peace out.